What's cracking, everybody? James Coe here with you, fantasy freaks and geeks. What's going on, man? We got the start and sit show here. We already got games underway. Week 4, too. Oh my God, yo! Tell me I'm not the only one that is accidentally starting Alvin Kamara. Tell me I'm not the only one, dude. Holy! And this is in my big buy-in league of record, man. Like, practices all week. All the reports are that he's going to play. I'm on the West Coast, by the way, so I get it. If you're on the East Coast, you probably woke up in time. That's fine. But I'm getting ready for my day. It's like probably like 6:25 ish, right? I'll get up around 6:25. I'm getting ready to go. And I'm scrolling through Twitter. I haven't even, the funny thing, I haven't checked my lineup because I'm secure. Everyone's, again, the reports are that he's going to play. All right, cool. I'm in. I'm scrolling Twitter, and then it's like, oh, surprise inactive, Alvin Kamara, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude? So then I struggle. I go to my app, and then of course by then they've already kicked off, and I'm like, yep. That, my friends, sucks. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, man. Anyways, that's how my morning is going. Not feeling great, looking at big fat 0 in my league of record with Alvin Kamara in there. Anyways, let's get to the start and sit question, shall we? All right. Should I retroactively start Cousins an hour ago? Well, is he? I just drove in and everything, so let me go fire up the old stat tracker here. I'm assuming he is doing well. Which would be, by the way, a surprise, right? Because Saints defense, especially the pass defense, is pretty good. So yeah, let's go fire that bad boy up. Oh my God, I'm just, yeah, I'm like enraged. Honestly, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? How did I start Alvin Kamara? Why did I draft Alvin Kamara? That's what I'm asking myself. Why did I draft Alvin Kamara is really what it comes down to. Holy hell, dude. Anyways, whatever. Gangrene, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. You love the new fantasy cops, man. Hey, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, man, original content. That's what we got over here, man, at DirecTV. Me and the boys, man. We just do our thing out here, man. You need to fill flex. Jeff Wilson or Josh Reynolds? Josh Reynolds, I have written down as a pretty good deep sleeper, but that's what he is. He's a deep sleeper. So I would probably say Jeff Wilson, even though I don't love it for Jeff Wilson. I think he's just a safer floor. So that's probably where I'm going. I'm probably going Jeff Wilson right there. All right. Clark, what's up, man? Lockett, Deontay, or Devontae Smith against Jacksonville? With a Hurts stack? Yeah. Well, Are we chasing the points there? Because obviously he went for 30 last week, man. But what are we doing there with Devontae or Deontay or Lockett? Those are some good options, bro. You know what, man? It's just fun to stack it, man. Let's go with the stack. Dude. Let's go Devontae Smith against Jacksonville. I got some numbers for you if you want them, but let's see. Jacksonville against outside wide receivers have been very generous, as a matter of fact. They've given up the 26th most fantasy points to wide receivers lined up outside. I will say, though, I think those are based mostly on touchdowns. Yeah, it really is. 4 touchdowns given up by those outside corners, 2 outside wide receivers. That's up there in the league. They've only allowed a 52% completion rate. These when wide receivers have lined up outside. But that being said, man, they've given up some production. So yeah, I'll go with it. It's at least a neutral matchup, however you want to see it. I would see it as a good matchup, positive matchup. There, man. So yeah, let me go ahead and go there with Devontae Smith, and plus you're getting the stack. Man. That's fun. All right, Ciliano 77 was cracking, dude. Someone else in your league mentioned start him. Oh, you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about Cousins. All right, cool, 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 cool. TR Diaz, what's up, man? Full PPR, AJ Dillon or Dobbins? Oh, AJ Dillon. I hate the matchup. I absolutely hate the matchup for AJ Dillon. But Dobbins is. I don't know. I don't think he's not ready yet, man. He doesn't look right to me yet. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me next week. I don't know. Maybe Dobbins brings out a little juice this week. I don't know. But I would say for right now, Dillon. I'll say this too. Green Bay's favored by 10. So the game script, at least what Vegas thinks, I disagree. I think it's going to be close. But what Vegas would say is that it's a 10-point game. Game script right there would tell you it's going to be a run-heavy game script for Green Bay. So there you go. Anthony Russell, good to see you, my dude. Brandon Ayuk or Dortch? Stick with Brandon Ayuk. Oh, man, that's actually tough. That's actually tough. You know what? I'll stick with Brandon Ayuk, man. LA's been giving up a lot of production to wide receivers, obviously. And I can look this up for you right now. Boom, boom, boom. Let's pull up some spreadsheets here. Los Angeles Rams, they've given up the second most fantasy points to wide receivers, which is great. Let's hyper-focus in on outside wide receivers. What have they done? They've also given up a lot of production there. Although, how much of that was week one, I wonder? It's a 3-game sample. Week one, they obviously got absolutely obliterated. And it was all by outside wide receivers too, right, against the Bills. So I wouldn't say it's like all systems go, obviously with Jimmy Garoppolo there at quarterback as well. But I would say, hey, listen, it's not a bad matchup. Hey, Jalen Ramsey probably not going to travel. Jalen Ramsey is one player. And as we've seen with other secondaries before, you could have one great player on the outside, but if they don't have that other guy, if they don't have the safety help, outside wide receivers, they could still do well. So I would say Brandon Ayuk right there. I do like Dortch, though. Carolina is giving up the third most. If you guys watch my Fantasy Cops, you would know that Greg Dortch is playing Carolina. Carolina's given up the third most yards and the third most receptions, I believe, to wide receivers lined up in the slot. So there is a little bit of volatility there because Rondale Moore is anticipated back, but they run so much 3 and 4 wide receiver sets there in Arizona that I'm not really caring. And plus, Dortch has played well, dude. Let's be honest. He came out of absolutely nowhere, but Dortch has played well. So I think he's earned snaps, is what I would say. Ramondre or Kareem in the flex? Ooh, Matthew Diorno. That's a very good question, dude. I really like Ramondre. Oh, that one's tough, dude. But obviously, Atlanta, not the best defense. Although I will say, man, they are. I think they're underrated, and they've been underrated for 2 years in a row now as a run stopping unit. Look, I wouldn't say they're not stopping the run, but they're not as bad as advertised, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that. Atlanta gives up the 7th fewest fantasy points, although, again, that's a little misleading. It's 3 weeks in, and they are giving up 4.5 yards per carry to running backs, which is about league average, right? So I would say, ooh, God, that's a tough one. The reason I like Ramondre is that I think that Bill Belichick, and this goes back to the Green Bay game, right? They're favored by 10. I think that Bill Belichick is going to employ a similar tactic that he used against Buffalo last year, right? And that is just run the rock. And this is a unit in Green Bay that you can run on, right? Like you can run on Green Bay. I'm ignoring FPA because Green Bay's got a really good FPA, right? What you got to hyper focus in on is the 5.44 yards per carry they allow. That's the third worst in the NFL. And again, remember, Green Bay last year, absolutely a bottom 8 rush defense in the NFL. They shorted up late, but again, they showed themselves a little bit too. I would just say they're not a very good run stopping unit, you know. And if Bill Belichick is smart, and he is, he's going to run it. I really like Damian Harris this week, and I really like Ramondre. Half PPR, dude. You know what? Just screw it. Give me Ramondre. Riskier pick for sure, but I think he can access a little bit higher of a ceiling this week. All right. Is this the week to trade for? Is this the week to trade for Breece Hall? Yes. Taking on Pittsburgh, but and it's a good matchup. But dude, I am fucking terrified of Zach Wilson. So much of what Breece has been able to do, and listen, I love Breece. You know, I will fucking go to war for Breece Hall. I think he's a special player, and I don't understand why they're not unleashing him there in New York. Like, dude, screw Michael Carter. Like, Michael Carter? Michael Carter? I don't get it. Okay, I don't understand. But let me get you some stats on Breece Hall, because I did write. I actually wrote about him in Reception Perception for my weekly matchups column. Let's see. Here we go. By the way, if you guys don't have a Reception Perception subscription, highly recommend. You guys can get my weekly matchups column that I try to go through every single Sunday game for you there. Okay, Najee Harris. Breece Hall. He's been double-digit PPR every single week. He is averaging 5.3 yards per carry, which is great. This is what it was. So obviously Joe Flacco has hit him with a lot of checkdowns, right? So 10 targets there in week 1, 11 targets in week 3. I don't think Wilson is really a checkdown guy. Also, it's crazy. I'm just not a Zach Wilson guy, dude. I don't think he's the kind of player that elevates an offense. As a matter of fact, at this point, and this is crazy to say because Joe Flacco is not anywhere close to good, but for fantasy purposes only, I would prefer to have Joe Flacco than Zach Wilson. Just straight up. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried. But that being said, this week against Pittsburgh, it's a pretty good matchup, right? Pittsburgh's given up the 9th most fantasy points to running backs. And remember, last year, man, they were one of the absolute bottom barrel worst defenses against the run. So, I would trade for Breece Hall. Let's see what he does this week. And then afterwards, I'm a little worried. Long-term for Breece Hall, but this week I do like him a lot. Okay, start 2, 1 point PPR, half point per rush. Okay, well, you're definitely starting Herbert for sure. That's an automatic. And then you get a half point per rush. Yeah, you start Zeke. That's an easy one. Okay, so Herbert and Zeke right there. Boom. I do like Singletary, obviously, but honestly, I think Buffalo. Here's the thing. I think Buffalo is going to be able to do whatever they want against Baltimore's secondary. So that's going to be. They're going to funnel targets to the wide receivers, right? Last week it was a little bit different because Miami took that too high shell to the extreme. Played off coverage, and a lot of the underneath stuff was there for Buffalo. Thus, Isaiah McKenzie saw a lot of work, and Devin Singletary, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think that's the case this week. I think Buffalo against Baltimore. I think it's all systems go, and I think they go crazy. Look, Baltimore's a smart team too, so they may take a lot. They may take some things, some concepts from what Miami did, because Miami obviously frustrated Buffalo offensively. Okay, now that being said, Buffalo's also a very smart team. Josh Allen, a very smart quarterback. You got to think they're going to scheme up things to kind of get Diggs loose. They can't just let a simple cover 2, a high shit. Like, they can't just let that be their Achilles heel. That would be dumb, right? And they're not a dumb team, so I'm assuming they're going to figure it out. All right, Strong Style, what's up, man? Good to see you. Schultz or Everett, PPR? I'm going to say Everett. Schultz, correct me if I'm wrong. Schultz is he's banged up, isn't he? I'm going to open this up. Let's go look. Boom, boom, boom. Dallas Cowboys, Dalton Schultz. Yeah, he's been limited with that knee injury all week. He is questionable, so he is going to play, I would imagine. But the injury does concern me a little bit. So I would say Everett there. Although, hmm, now you got me second guessing. But my initial gut reaction is definitely Everett. I'm not trusting the Schultz knee. Um, yeah. Let's see. What does Houston do? Let's look up some numbers for Houston here. Houston against tight ends. They've allowed the 11th fewest. I'll also say this, right? Keenan Allen I think he's out. And obviously they lost Jalen Guyton to IR. So the target share does open up. I will still say Everett. Oh, man. I just when you're talking about a knee injury, I don't know. I'm a little worried that they might try to work in a couple different tight ends there to limit the workload there for Dalton Schultz. Am I crazy in thinking that? I don't know. Yeah, let me go Everett there. Okay. We're moving on. Sorry, I've got the early morning sniffles right now, guy. I apologize, but that's what we got. Um, Marcus Murray, you're watching Fantasy Cops. You're my boy, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. If y'all could hit that with the like, if y'all could just watch Fantasy Cops on my YouTube page, like and subscribe, dude, that would be awesome. By the way, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, man. I would very much appreciate that. So there you go. Richard Campa, do we have the Stones to ride with McCaffrey? Yeah, he's got that thigh injury, right? Start Penny or McKinnon? Nah, go with McCaffrey, dude. JR Flores, what's going on? No question this week. Khalil Herbert, been on the bench, just here for support. Yeah, cool. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Do you start Njoku or Greg? Dortch the Torch. Go Dortch. Go Dortch there. David Njoku, like, what are we doing with David Njoku, man? Like, he is absolutely nowhere to be found. And then week 3, the guy goes absolutely bonkers. 10 targets, 9 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown, right? So, I feel like, let me just say this. Dortch is clearly a safer floor. He's going to get, I'm going to say, a minimum of 5 receptions today, right? And Njoku obviously has a higher ceiling. I don't think Dortch has very good touchdown upside, but in PPR, I like him. By the way, Marcus Murray, aren't you? I believe you're an Arizona fan. I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you're an Arizona fan. If you're an Arizona fan, go Dortch. So there you go. Clark Schuyler still sticking behind Penny, not a thing. You know what, dude? I said I liked Penny last week. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go ahead and say Rashad Penny is going to have a good game today. Oh, yeah, Marcus Murray, go Cards. Yeah, 100%, dude. Go Dortch. I'm saying Penny has a good game today. I think he breaks through. I've got an interesting one here on Rashad Penny. Travis Homer goes on IR. That is a sneaky good thing for Rashad Penny. Homer played 35% and 45% of the snaps weeks 1 and 2. Then he got injured in week 3. And what happens? Rashad Penny sees nearly 70% of the snaps. Let's think about that for a second. So I just think that Rashad Penny, let's say that it's not 70%. Let's say it's like 60%. Even with 60% against Detroit, that is nice. Give me that. I think this week he does have pretty decent upside and a really good floor, too. Detroit, remember, has given up the most fantasy points to running backs this year, continuing a trend we saw from last year as well. So, no, I think that Rashad Penny does have a really good chance to have a good game today. All right, Jeremy Wynn, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Got to start two. Got to start two. Darren Waller. Well, you're starting Waller, so now you got to start one of Tanyan, Richie James, or Godwin. I think Godwin is going to be limited. I don't think he plays a full snap share, but even with a limited snap share, is he a better option? You could take Tanyan out. Is he a better option than Richie James, who I think is going to walk into he walks into like 10 targets today. They don't have receivers, dude. And Richie James, by the way, has been utilized quite a bit in that Giants offense. I'm not opposed to Richie James in full PPR. I think the touchdown upside obviously not great, but so I will say that. So obviously Godwin's got higher touchdown upside. That's a given. That's an obvious. But how much does he play? There was real question marks as to whether or not he even plays at all today, right? So if you want a safer floor, give me Richie James. Yeah, you're starting Waller, and I'll take Richie James because I do think he walks into like a minimum of 8 targets. But Godwin obviously gives you that ceiling and a touchdown ceiling as well that I don't think Richie James has. So yeah, that would be my thought. But I will go Waller and Richie James there. All right. Clark Schuyler, you've got. Oh, hold on. Let me go back up here a little bit. TR Diaz. Oh, Anthony Russell, your video is why I asked about Dortch. Yeah, boy, there you go. TR Diaz, you're looking for 2 in full PPR. Herbert. Guys, if you have Herbert, you're starting Herbert, dude. Awesome matchup, okay, and Herbert looks fantastic. I think Khalil Herbert is actually a good football player. Not like, oh, he's getting an opportunity. No, he's just straight up good. I would give my full-throated support behind Khalil Herbert against the Giants. I think he has clearly he's got top 12 upside. Okay, so no, you're definitely playing Herbert. Dude, and you're playing James Robinson. James Robinson is the RB3 right now. In Philadelphia, by the way, we are ranting and raving about the Eagles, and as we should. But it's their pass defense that is great. I think this is a team that can be run on. And as a matter of fact, I will pull up a stat for you. Philadelphia allowing nearly 5 yards a carry to opposing running backs. They're 10th worst in the NFL. And again, James Robinson playing extremely well. He is the RB3 on the season. And yeah, he's just playing super, super well, dude. Dude, I mean, and again, you talk about volume, okay? The Jags, they've fed their running backs the 3rd most carries this season. So obviously Doug Peterson and the boys are keeping their running backs involved quite a bit there in Jacksonville, man. So yeah, you're asking about whether you should start the RB3 in the season. Yeah, you're playing the RB3. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's not overthink things here. Okay. Clark Schuyler. You got an RB problem. You're starting Aaron Jones and Najee. All right. You need 2 more for flexes. Yes, you're starting Khalil Herbert. And yeah, start Pierce. Start Dameon Pierce as well. Obviously, you guys know me. James Conner is. Okay, whatever. I don't know, dude. He's averaging like 3 yards a carry, dude. Like, no, I don't want Conner. He's getting touchdown. I mean, you're banking on touchdowns at this point for James Conner, just like you were last year. What do you have? 17 touchdowns last year? Like, those touchdowns aren't coming, guys. They're not coming. Conner, by the way, is I think still dealing with that ankle injury as well. So, yeah, no, Conner's a no-go, dude. Conner is an absolute no-go. And then A.J. Dillon against New England. Again, that game script suggests that they're going to run, but I just don't see it, man. So no, but give me Khalil Herbert and Dameon Pierce against the Chargers. The Chargers, again, giving up a ton of groundwork and not very good at stopping the run. Chargers, are a team that you want to continually pick on with your running backs. Let me pull up a number here for you. Chargers, where are you? Okay. They've given up the sixth most fantasy points and 5.3 yards per carry to opposing running backs. That is the fifth worst in the NFL. And remember, they were bad last year. So obviously, they have not taken care of that aspect of their defense. Okay. I'm Richie James, bitch. Okay, there you go. Joe Villa. Joe Villa? Joe Villa. Which way are we going there? Either way, I appreciate you joining the stream, man. And again, for anyone new, absolutely, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, man, that would be very much appreciated. Okay. Rashad Penny, Jeff Wilson, DK Metcalf, CEH, or Juju. Lockett is on waivers? Lockett is on waivers? Oh my God. First of all, pick up Lockett. Man, how many teams are in your league, Joe? Like, what is going on here, bruh? I thought you were going to tell me to pick two. I've got to pick one of that group? One? I'm not picking CEH of that group. I'm not picking Jeff Wilson of that group. I'm torn between DK Metcalf and Penny and Lockett there as well. First of all, dude, just go and pick up Lockett. Like, I don't know who else you have on your team, but you got to pick up Lockett. Lockett's been playing extremely well. As a matter of fact, if you have to, I'd rather have Lockett than Juju, to be honest with you. If you have to, but I mean, I want to keep Juju too. Wow, that's a stacked team. Yeah, it's an 18 team. Okay, there you go. Okay, in 18, I would say you're trying to unlock upside. The only thing you care about is upside because with 8 teams, someone in that group is going to have a huge, huge week, right? So the only thing I care about in really shallow leagues are like moonshots. Like floor plays don't interest me. That's why CEH, get him out of there. Jeff Wilson, get him out of there. Those guys are floor plays. And when you're in a 12-team or 14-team league, that you need some floor because other guys, if you keep going moonshots, you're going to bust, right? So you want to mix and match some floor plays. But in 8-team, the only thing, literally, you only care about upside. Your whole team is stacked, so you're assuming you're going to have floor somewhere along the way, right? So get CEH out of there. I know CEH has been playing extremely well, but dude, the snap share concerns me quite a bit. And obviously the matchup absolutely sucks against Tampa Bay. You don't want to play your running backs against Tampa Bay. They've allowed the fewest fantasy points to running backs, and again, continue to be one of the toughest teams against running backs in fantasy, right? 3.82 yards per carry allowed. That's 10th best. But again, unlike the other, 8, there's probably like 7 teams that are better than them right now that are not going to maintain that. Tampa Bay is going to maintain a sub 4. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be really good. Yeah, hold on. Let me go back. Okay, so in this particular matchup, I'll take, again, we're trying to unlock upside. If we're trying to unlock upside, give me, I almost want to say give me Lockett if we're trying to unlock the upside. You know what's funny? I am down for Penny too if we're talking just pure upside because I think Penny's got 2 touchdown upside this week in a really favorable matchup. But I would say, is this PPR too? If it's PPR, give me Lockett. If it's standard, give me Penny. Yeah, that would be my thought there. You could get Juju out of there too, because again, really good safe floor play, but I don't think, by the way, I think he's got, I don't want to say a good matchup against Tampa Bay, but I think it's better than you would anticipate because he gets to avoid those outside corners. So if you guys have Juju out there, I think he's a pretty safe play. He can, obviously he's the primary slot guy for Kansas City, and Tampa Bay has been softer against the slot than they are against outside wide receivers. So yeah, man. Go ahead, dude. Just go ahead and give me Lockett there. Joe, I know I'm hemming and hawing here because that's really, really tough, dude. Okay, Siliano. I think you missed my message earlier in the stream. Could you check it? No, I can't. Yes, no, I can't, dude. What do we got, dude? Um, what are we talking about here? Boom, boom, boom. I thought I got your questions, dude. No? Oh, RB2, wide receiver two, and a flex. I did miss your question. My bad, dude. Curtis Samuel, Jerry Judy, James Robinson. Okay, so obviously you're starting James Robinson. And okay, James Robinson, RB2, Khalil Herbert, flex. For sure. Like that's like a no-brainer. And then wide receiver two, Curtis Samuel. Yeah, done. Easy. That's actually the easiest one I had in this stream. Y'all usually hit me with some really tough ones. That one's easy. Curtis Samuel has been seeing tons and tons of opportunities. We're talking like double-digit opportunities each and every game. Matchup is not wonderful. It's not the worst. Dallas has obviously got a great defense, but I would say this, and you guys know me. I love talking about matchups, this, that, and this other thing, because usually we're talking about guys that are seeing similar volume, right? But I would always say this. I think volume almost always trumps matchups. Now, obviously, the matchup is going to dictate what kind of volume a player sees, right? Obviously, they go hand in hand, right? But I think no matter what the matchup is, Curtis Samuel is going to see volume. I don't care what the matchup is because, again, he runs out of the slot. Carson Wentz trusts him. They manufacture plays to get him the ball. So no matter what, Curtis Samuel is going to see touches, So, and again, is he going to see 10 touches, 10 plus touches every game? I don't know. But, I think you can relatively, with confidence, project, 7 to 10 touches each and every week. And again, when you're talking about a wide receiver two, volume trumps matchups. And I think Curtis Samuel continues to see volume there. So that would be my thought there. All right. So there you go. Yeah. Joe Villa, PPR. Yeah. Give me, go lock it in PPR there, man. Brendan, man, good to see you, dude. Pick one. Zay Jones. I think he's hurt. I mean, he's probably going to play, but he's banged up. Tony Pollard or Ramondre? Tony Pollard or Ramondre? I'm going all in on Ramondre this week, fellas. I am. Give me Ramondre Stevenson because I think Bill Belichick is going to run Green Bay into the goddamn dirt. I really do. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people anticipate. By the way, I think Romeo Doubs is a really volatile play. I've got Romeo Doubs. I'm starting Romeo Doubs. I've got a Romeo Doubs, Chris Godwin conundrum in my league of record, which I'm probably going to fucking lose because I played goddamn Alvin Kamara because all the beat reporters are telling me that fucking Alvin Kamara is going to play. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning and he's not playing. Come on. What happened? I don't understand. Yeah, give me Ramondre. I think, well, what a tangent. I got to go, dude. You guys, I'm working on like 4 hours of sleep, dude. So please, I got to go. I got to go get made up. Dude, yo, I got myself a fire new suit. I don't have it here with me. Purple, comic book lining. You guys want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, you guys are going to find some of that stuff there. But anyways, give me Brendan. I appreciate you joining the stream. If you're new, by the way, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, Ramondre Stevenson there. And I'll burn through these last couple, and then I got to go. You're trying to trade for a wide receiver one, Dylan. You got someone who's got Jamar Chase. Yeah. Would you do Henry for Chase straight up? Oh, I don't know about that one. Derrick Henry for Chase straight up. Yes. Oh God. Yes, but it could absolutely flame. So yes, I would do that deal. You've got Javonte, AJ Dillon, Saquon. So you've got three really good backs. You've got Chase Edmonds, who is falling out of favor there in Miami. So I don't know. That one's volatile. But you've got three really good backs. So you have a little wiggle room, even during bye weeks, and even if one of those guys gets banged up for a couple of weeks. Ugh, that's a tough call, bro. but I think I do that deal. But again, that's high risk, high reward. Oh my God. High risk, high reward, man. You lead to Castro. You're on the eighth tee when you got the notification about Kamara, dude. For reals, man. Like, come on, guys. Like, here's the other thing. Can y'all let me know before? Like, oh my God, dude. What the hell, dude? I don't. I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so whatever. But it's like, no one likes to wake up at like 6:25. I'm like trying to just. I'm waking up, dude. I'm splashing water on the face, man. Like I don't have time to wake up, dog. Like what's going on here, dude? Anyways, whatever. Mert Ozcan. Oh, Clark, you're gonna see the suit on Fantasy Zone, my dude, for sure. Okay, so Mert. Last question, then I gotta bounce, baby. Full PPR. Akers, Penny, Melvin Gordon. Dude, ride with me. I know it's a super risky play, and I know a lot of like really smart fantasy people are going to say don't play Penny. I'm feeling Penny this week. It's a gut reaction. The matchup looks good, and I like Penny. I like Penny of that group, full PPR. My boy Clark Schuyler's like is team never Penny, but dude, I'm with it this week. I am with it this week. Plus, I think you could throw out some really funny Pennywise, it memes. So let's roll. Let's roll with Penny, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah, you got him slotted in? Hell yeah, Mert. Let's ride, baby. Ride with your boy. This week, we're riding with Penny. Let's go. Clark Schuyler can go to hell. Come on. All right, dudes, I gotta go, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody out there. By the way, if you guys would subscribe to the channel, like and share my stuff, man. Like, be part of the team, be part of the squad. Share my stuff, dude. Like that would be dope. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. I gotta roll. Peace.